So this morning I grabbed the guitar and it was in a gig bag. I didn't know what was inside. I assumed it was a steel string that I sometimes practice on, and opened it up and I found this, and I totally forgot that I even had this. This is one of my classroom instruments. It's a Lucida LK-2, and I don't even know how it ended up with my other guitars. And I think I did a review on an LK-2 a few years back. I did use these for a few years in my guitar classes in my classroom, you know, for group instruction, and at the time they sold for about $65, and now they sell for about $140. So do I recommend this guitar for $140, $150? Absolutely not. You can get much better an instrument for that kind of money, and I can make some suggestions if you want at the bottom. I can provide some links for some decent instruments in the 150 range. These sell for, I think, 150 at full size right now, and I would definitely not buy them at that price, but they used to sell for $65, $70. Now at that price, they're pretty decent, especially for beginners in a group setting, you know, with a school budget that has limitations. So I think I'll place a link of one of my reviews up here if I get a chance, also in the description, for you to take a look. It was a different guitar. It was a darker finish than this, but it's the same brand, so it's and the same model as well. I used the Lucida LK-2 and then the Lucida LG510. Those were like $10 more. It was like $80. Those were a little bit better, but most of them were LK-2s. So anyways, I don't even know how old the strings are. It's been sitting with my other guitars for a while. It's possible that I set this up to give to one of my students at school to borrow at home to practice on, and then forgot about it, or they maybe switched classes or something. I don't know what happened, because it's been sitting with my guitars for a while. I don't even know how old the strings are, so it kind of holds in tune. These are probably D'Addario's the 27Ns, I think. They go for about $6, the strings I'm talking about. And they look like they're not played on, but they're old. They sat there for at least a couple of years, so they're not in the best condition. So let me try to play a little bit, see what happens. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Some of the problems with the strings are old. They're not played on, but they're old. But the guitar itself needs a new setup, I guess, with the weather and the humidity changes. The neck does warp a little bit. The neck is straight, seems to be straight. Well, a little bit of warp in there, but you probably heard some splats, right? For example, see, that's when the strings are so close to the fingerboard that it causes a splat, like a buzz sort of a sound. So if I dig in heavy, I play with a heavy red stroke sometimes. So also on this string, see, that's not even a rest stroke. I mean, if you play with a rest stroke, it's unbearable. So I would have to lift the strings a little bit, and maybe that would fix some of those problems. The sustain is okay. That has to do with the age of the strings as well. They're also not very expensive strings to begin with. I think they're the EJ27N, something like that, from D'Addario. They're like $6. If you were to put better strings on, maybe the EJ45s, those would work better. So the sustain is alright, but you can't really dig in, because if you do, see, it gives you a splat. So anyways, alright, a little bit of a short video today. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to write them at the bottom. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. You're welcome to do that. Thank you in advance. Have a wonderful day. See you later.